Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome, guys. Happy Friday night. So we haven't done a breaking news call in a long time. So welcome, guys. Let me just hit the record button and we'll get going.
Recording in progress.
Yes, welcome, guys. Thanks for joining, guys. It's a late night, Friday night. I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday night, maybe early morning for you guys, wherever you guys are at. I just got home, but there is some breaking news in the market we need to talk about. Guys, this is exciting for Sunday night for pre-market trading and how this week is going to develop. And we also have the FOMC this week. So big things coming, guys, but this is just the start. This is just start. 2025 is going to be fireworks for all of us here. So can you guys hear me? And am I on the right screen? Because Ron has had some smoky, and sometimes I forget some things. So can you guys all hear me right now? All good? You guys can hear me? Audio is good. If the mic goes like a chickmunk, I apologize. We'll fix that thing too. But as long as you can see I'm on the right charts, Trading View, MSTR on the daily. This is MicroStrategy. I know there's not a lot of people here, but one person, if one person is listening to me, it makes my night worthwhile. So I know it wasn't scheduled. These crazy bonus sessions that Ron does when there's some big news in the markets, and not just for big news but anything. I really want to get into the habit of doing these like daily, and just quick little 15-20 minute just live, see how everyone's doing, if there's anything going on in the markets, more stock and options and things like that, because we trade Forex daily, but now we want to start to branch into crypto and the stock market and options, and then start to show you what else you can do, and what else there is out there in these financial markets. So everyone on Zoom, I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Miss Jaquel, welcome. Happy Friday night to you. I hope everything is great with you and going into the weekend. James, thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys. Everyone, Jake, Mike, Vic, Andy, thank you guys for joining. Okay, and if you got any questions, let me know. And you guys on YouTube, thank you guys as always. Tony Gold, Habibi, thank you for joining. Jamal Mubarak, welcome. Versatility, what am I doing? Just having some fun tonight. Tony, we're going to get a little bit more education tonight. You know it, Versatility. Trading is life. It's 11 p.m., but as soon as we come on, you click the link. Perfect. I'm excited too. Like I'm a trader just like you guys, and I just love what I do, and I hope you guys, you guys have the kind of passion that I have for trading, and it's not just always about making money. You guys know I always say this. Obviously, we trade to make money. That's the end goal, but also learning. Like now you can have some conversation with your friends and family later on, and talk to them. Like Bitcoin, we can even talk about Bitcoin, guys, on tonight's call. Last time I checked, it was 102, 103,000. I can see a ceiling real quick at 120,000, coming very very soon for Bitcoin, and then all the other coins that can follow the lead. But exciting times, guys. I don't know if you guys are as excited for me for 2025, but it's gonna be fun. Harman, welcome, brother. Dumani, good morning. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks, guys. Jip Smith, FX, what's going on? What's going to happen next week? It's some news. Yeah, we got news. We'll talk about that. That's FOMC. So those are interest rates. So we'll talk all about that. Mohammed, welcome. Kifek Habibi. Okay, so let's get started, guys. First thing, okay, this is the chart. I'll come back to the charts, but let's just talk about the news. It's not going to be a long call, guys. So please, guys, if you can, like and subscribe. Just maybe we can get some more people on the call. That would be great. But let's look over here. So we got some news. I just come get my news, guys. Just Yahoo Finance. Nothing extravagant. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it has just enough, and it's free. We like free stuff. Why not? You don't need to go to Bloomberg and pay $2,000 a month when you can get just as good as information over here. So number one, what are we talking about today? MicroStrategy. If some of you guys haven't heard about this name, please add it to your watch list. This is the ticker. Add it to your watch list. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, guys, so straight up, this is not financial advice. This is just learning something new in the financial industry. This is news, so I'm just relaying news to you guys and the way how I present it. I trade this company. I'm invested in this company. I can tell you right now I'm going long 3 contracts on this thing. I anticipated this news, so I'm very, very excited going into the weekend, because if this thing pumps in the pre-market and goes into Monday and Tuesday, and Ron is going to make some pancakes. But the reason why I love trading is because kind of anticipated this move to come, did a lot of research, did my homework, and slowly have been scalping it, trading it, getting a feel of its volatility and how it trades, and also for long-term swing trades and things like that. If you guys like volatility, and I'll explain that later on in a more professional PowerPoint presentation, but if you're a scalper or if you're an intraday trader, you need to learn how to adapt and understand volatility, how it can help you as a trader and a scalper. Okay, so I'm a scalper. Okay, you guys should know that if you guys know me. I love scalping the markets on lower time frame. And when I find securities like that are blue chip securities and they have that volume and volatility that you can scalp this thing for a couple percent every few minutes and really look for entries at good areas and get out of the market real quick. And we welcome this. Like Apple, if you look at Apple, it doesn't really move. It's more long term. It might move intraday 0.5%, 1%. But as a scalper, like if you look at the history of MicroStrategy, this thing can move 5-10% in a day. It can be red 5-10%, and then it bounces right back, or it can break out 10%. Like this thing yields a lot of moves, and if you're that kind of patient, disciplined trader intraday, then this is something that how you can continue to learn more and more about trading and investing. But number one, let's talk about this MicroStrategy. Okay. So this is one article. You're going to see multiple articles coming out. So I saw that there was a couple articles here, but we can just look at this one, for example, right here. So, and get to know Michael Saylor, the face behind this company over here, and he explains the corporation very professional, and maybe it's better for you to understand. Okay, but here's MicroStrategy. Okay. Sorry guys, just getting a message over here. 1 second. Okay, so MicroStrategy, the .com era software maker. So this has been around for a long time, back in the early 2000s. Okay, whose metamorphosis, so completely changed in COVID in 2020, kind of changed the vision of the company, kind of moved with Bitcoin and crypto, and leveraged a bet on Bitcoin. And some of you guys last checked, Bitcoin is at what, 102, 103,000 US currently as I'm speaking. So Bitcoin has transfixed Wall Street. Like you can see slowly how Wall Street is starting now to move towards crypto, move towards Bitcoin, move towards this. We're starting to see this, like from years past where kind of Wall Street was against Bitcoin, and now they're kind of adapting it because they have no choice. Whether they want to or not, they got no choice. That's what's fascinating about Bitcoin and crypto is, even if Wall Street doesn't adapt this, it doesn't matter. That's just trading on Wall Street. It will trade on different platforms and everything like that. But now Wall Street kind of moving towards this, it's a game changer. And let me just explain a little more. So it's joining Nasdaq 100. Okay, this is an index of mostly 100 US tech companies, but I'll break it down how they're weighted just on this call, just so you know. But and also known as QQQ. So some of you guys, we call it the Qs. NAS 100, Nasdaq, US tech. That's over here. It's completely different, Jaquel, from US 30 Dow Jones. So this is going to have some exposure in this index. So the benchmarks oversee set on Friday. So this came out Friday, I think after 9 p.m. later tonight when the market's closed. So a lot of hedge short sellers that were shorting this thing going into the weekend, there's a possibility they're going to get burned going into pre-market. That's why if you're shorting companies over the weekend and they announce big news like this, shorts are in trouble. They're going to have to cover at higher positions. So I'll show you on the chart where they might have to cover at. And then when they cover, that's added fuel to the fire. Then more and more volume starts to come in, and new buyers and new activity can keep driving prices up. So this is what's could be what we call like a short squeeze in the markets. So this thing is fantastic. And the guy behind the shorts is Andrew from from Citron Research, Andrew left, and he's been noted in the markets for decades shorting companies, and sometimes he gets his caught with his pants down. So who knows what could happen here? But let's continue reading over here. So the software company, also Palantir. We've been talking about Palantir Technologies Inc. in the last month. So hopefully you guys can listen to what I'm saying. Guys, like look at these securities. We've been talking about Palantir, how it's up quite a big percentage in the last month, in the last 2 months. And Axon Enterprise Inc. This is a company that makes kind of body cam cameras for police officers and tasers and things like that. So they're also getting enlisted in Nasdaq. So these three corporations will be included in Nasdaq. Not right away on Monday. The news is here. I believe the official date is December 23rd, but not 100% on that. But that's what I believe is when they actually get into the exchange, the index. And yeah, right over here. So they're a maker of tasers and police body cameras. This company Axon. So they're going to be also added. And if you see this one, SMCI, microcomputers, this one had a few difficulties as of late. They were trading around $50 a share, and they had some delays on their earnings where their accountants didn't file. So that was not a good look. It's not a good look for corporations if you delay your filing on earnings. It's very suspicious. Why are you not? So it dumped about 50-60%. SMCI was trading around $20, less than $20. It's kind of recovered a little bit, but it's going to be removed from Nasdaq 100. So if you understand, it's like a game. There's top 100 teams, top 100 corporations, and it goes by market cap. So the highest one is number one, and then the lowest gets. So if you're not performing, just like sports, if you're not performing, you will get replaced by someone else. Like for example, in football, if the star quarterback is not performing, he will be replaced. We see it in sports. So we see the same thing with securities in these indexes. You have to hold your weight in here. You can't just get in here and just relax and just go with the flow. You actually have to perform. And there is a shuffling that goes on every quarter, that they rebalance and they shift securities that are underperforming for more performing securities, and they get more exposure and they get more volume in their securities. So to make room for the three that I just mentioned, SMCI is taken out, and Moderna. Excuse me, you guys remember Moderna? This was a household name when COVID came around in 2020. All of these vaccine companies, but since then they've been underperforming. So they're getting pushed out of here. They're getting taken out. Okay. Oh, here it is. So the changes will be effective prior market open on Monday, December 23. So not Monday. Monday, the news now will be coming into the market. These things could also sell off, all depending on Wall Street, how they absorb and take this news. So I want you guys to witness and see this firsthand, how the markets react and respond to this. Well, I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think the response will be for these securities? Not just Microstrategy, but for Palantir, for Axon Enterprise. Shareholders will be super delighted, but just average, I want you guys to see and learn what happens over the weekend, anticipation for Sunday night, going into pre-market, and then how Wall Street opens up, and then you see the volume, and then you see how the market trades maybe that day. So maybe Monday might be a day of learning, guys. Monday might be a day of actually watching and learning and see, maybe this is my first time I'm actually paying attention to a security that got big news, and I'm watching it, how it trades and the volume. And you guys know what I'm saying? Well, you guys know what I mean by that? Is just sometimes, because this is not the first and last time we're going to talk about this. This is maybe for some of you guys the first time hearing this, and we'll talk about this more and more and more. But like here at SST, Dave and I, we've seen this for 20 plus years. This is what we do here. And this is the beautiful part of the financial markets. It's ongoing learning every single day. Look, it's Friday night, it's almost midnight, and we're here talking about news in the markets. It's exciting, you know. So the decision to add MicroStrategy announced late Friday tonight, like 8 9 p.m., maybe just a couple hours ago, by Nasdaq Global Indexes. Sorry guys, just got a drink. It represents a major stamp of institutional acceptance for its controversy courting founder, Michael Saylor. So you guys can read up a little bit about the founder right here, Michael Saylor, and you guys can base your personal opinion on him. Some people think he's a genius in the future, and some people think he's gonna this thing is gonna go down. It's gonna blow up, and it's gonna go to zero. So everybody has their opinions, but it's best you do your own due diligence and you learn as to what their vision is, what their mission is, the way how they are up 500% in the last year. What do they do? You know, it's not just hype, but there's something that they do to generate income, and they cover the equities market, they cover the bond market, they sell volatility, they get exposure to Bitcoin. They own about 2% of the entire network of Bitcoin. So they do have a plan and strategy what they do here. Okay, so whose disdain for Wall Street convention has helped spur 500% rally in its shares this year. So just this year, if you were this company 5x your money, like 500%, that's a big rally. You know, if a security rallies 50% in an entire year, in a calendar year, that is impressive. You know, like 500%, guys. Like these numbers, you don't see these numbers too often for like these are, you know, like Tesla, like these type of securities, like once in a lifetime securities. This could be the next one right over here. Like we could be, what type of stories and conversation will we have 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now? So, you know, these guys just got started in 2020. So it's not like when we talk about Apple, that's been around since the 80s. You know, like this is a baby. This is an infant. You know, and it's starting to get some respect and exposure right now. Okay, and it made him a Bitcoin. It made him a hero to the Bitcoin bulls. So not just Bitcoin, but the entire crypto space. Like he's done a lot for crypto in the ups and the downs. You know, when this went to historic lows, if you look at his buying history, he buys everywhere. He buys when it's in the lows. He buys in the mids. He buys at all-time highs. Like just a couple days ago, he bought another 2.1 billion at I think 98,000. So his cost average I think is at 58,000. But the way how his whole like what they do and how much Bitcoin it yields if you buy shares, and also he sells his shares, volatility and all of that. He's got some type of structure that hopefully maybe some big corporations in the future start to mimic what he's doing and can really take their companies to the next level. So the company started out as a maker of enterprise analytics software more than 3 decades ago, but gained renown and became vastly more valuable since it started amassing Bitcoin hand over fist in 2020. So that's what I mean. This corporation has been around for a long time. They did software in the early 90s and 2000, but right now it's kind of like they're more like a Bitcoin powered company. So gains averaging more than 40% over the last 3 months pushed company's market value to almost 100 billion, more than about half of Nasdaq's 100 members. Okay, so let me just repeat that. The company's market value to almost 100 billion, and that's more than about half the Nasdaq 100 members, satisfying a key prerequisite for membership. So this is kind of like an elite club. You know, when you get into Nasdaq, this is, you know, that like that elite country club. Like you're a somebody here, and they are ahead of 50, just walking in. That's pretty respectable. And they're just going to gain more and more exposure now because big corporations will be forced to buy a certain percentage of this company when it's enlisted in this index. So the volume to come is never seen before. So this is really exciting. With the appreciation has also come extreme volatility. The shares have swung about 5 times as much as the Nasdaq index over the span. So this could add turbulence and volatility to the benchmark itself, so likely weighting it. So if you do consistently trade Nasdaq, Nas 100, US Tech, Qs, like, you got to understand now there's going to be just a little bit more volatility that's added to this index, all because of this one security, because MicroStrategy is a very volatile security because he sells volatility, like the way this thing can move 5-10% in a day, in any given day. It can go down, it can come back up, it can go up, and it can come back down, because there's a lot going on in the option market with this security. So adding MicroStrategy offers the possibility for truly increased volatility. Yes, we will see that 100%. Not only is it the most volatile of the newcomers, Palantir is no slouch. Like Palantir, if you see this, it moves too, by the way. But it's essentially a leveraged play on Bitcoin, MicroStrategy. Okay, and okay, so if you want to read a little bit more, I'm not going to read the entire article, but the article is here for you guys, just on Yahoo Finance. I didn't gather this from any secret website. It's right here, just on Yahoo Finance, right over here. So you're going to see more and more articles now as the days go on, and a lot in pre-market. So now, guys, let's just continue to move on. Over here, I have this posted. Guys, our free Telegram is pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. And this is what I want to show you guys. Do you see this right here? Yeah, Yoda's going to be pleased, Vic. Yeah, he might actually get me trading Nasdaq. Do you guys all see this on my screen right here? The additions, largest expected buys for Nasdaq 100. You guys see this? Yes? No? Maybe so? Do you guys see this? Anybody? Please help me out. Yes. Okay, perfect. So what does all this mean? Okay. Remember, and these are not $2,000. Okay. These are dollars in the millions. Okay. So this is billions over here. Okay. So billions. So Apple is a current member. We all know this. They hold about approximately 10% weight. 9.7 is their new weight. So look at their current weight, 8.77, under 9%. They're kind of getting an additional 1% new weight. So like I said, new weighting, shuffling the securities. This is what fund managers do. And if they're not performing as much, they get reshuffled percentage-wise, or also removed from the entire index. Okay, so Apple is getting shuffled here percentage wise, and we're talking about money in buys. This is 4.2 trillion dollars over here. So it's a lot of money going in. And then we have Palantir. Okay, addition. So status, they're being being added into the index. We said December 23rd. This is just the news. Current weight, they hold 0. Obviously, they're not in there. And their new weight when they get in is 0.83. So Palantir Technologies is going to see an increase in their volume of 1% from all of these major institutions in Nasdaq purchasing Palantir. So that how that equates in dollars is over here. So let's just go down to the one that we're specifically talking about today, MicroStrategy. So this is its ticker. Get to know, guys, tickers. So we're not always saying MicroStrategy, we're saying MSTR, and you guys know exactly what we're saying, because that's how sometimes you talk, the language of trading. You want to learn the tickers. So you see that they're being added, again, 0% weight because they're not in the NASDAQ currently, never have been. Now their new weight will be about 0.5%. Okay, 0.5%, 0.46 to be exact. So that's an additional 2.1 billion dollars worth of volume coming in. So and these are the ones kind of that will be removed. You got at the bottom over here Intel and Microchip. They're going to be taken out of this. Okay, so now the charts. Let's just take a look at the chart of MicroStrategy. So I'm on the daily. Okay, and you can see it's been running up. If you see when this thing started, okay, it kind of started right over here. The big move was kind of this year. Okay, that's what I mean, like the 500% gain. But when did this thing get some prior exposure? Over here. Like you see how it was very stable over here, and then it started getting its move. When did it start? So when I say that this company is in its infancy, you can see it's only about really 4 years since it really started moving. This thing was trading about $20 a share. Securities start off $5, $10, $20, $30, $50 a share. This thing was trading at $20 in 2020. Then we had COVID, and this is when he started accumulating Bitcoin. And you see that there was a big move at this time. There was a massive move. You know, when you see a move go from $20 and pump up to $35, $40 in just a matter of a few days, few weeks, something is going on here. This is when they started to get exposure, and a lot of traders and investors put MicroStrategy on their watch list, put it on radar, and continue to watch this thing. And what is this thing? What is this new security moving like this? And you can see how high it started to move. All of 2020, 21, we peaked all the way up here at $131 a share. And then it started to pull back and holding good support, you know, like right around this area, $40 a share. Again, it came back up in early 2021, where it made a lower high at $90 a share. Pushed down, then it really tumbled down here. 2022 came tumbling back down to, look, $13, $14 a share. You know, so when I talk volatility, this thing has lots of volatility. Look at how the price moves. So whether you're an intraday trader or you are a swing trader, like this is what you want. Like this is volatility. You also have to have proper risk management, obviously, when you're trading this type of security, but you still got to know what you're doing. It's not just, you know, you're back to gambling here. This is a security. You allow a certain percentage of your portfolio to trade this thing, but you have to know that this is a very volatile security because it mimics Bitcoin, and if you know how Bitcoin and crypto moves, it's very volatile. Maybe things, as it gets more institutional investing, this thing might slow down the volatility and keep it more controlled. But as of now, you know, this thing is volatile. So when did we start to move here? November really started this move. So you can see it started, and this thing hit 1500. Okay, just to make things clear, this thing hit 1500, and then they did a 10-to-1 stock split, and they brought this thing back down to $150, and they put more shares on the market. And since then, when it came back to 150, this thing moved all the way up. There's its all-time high. Let's just keep numbers simple here. Under $550 a share. Okay, and this was just recently. This is November 21. Okay, like this was less than a month ago that this thing rocketed up to $500 a share, and it's pulled back. You can see a substantial pullback to $350 a share. And since then, it's just been consolidating in this range. There was this move right over here early December. That pushed this thing up to 440. A lot of excitement, a lot of new volume, a lot of eyes were on the security, and again, then it pulled right back. And look at how it's holding this area that used to be resistance, holding it as support currently, and now, so I got this point of interest marked on my chart, 440, 450 area, and last few days over here, this is where longs and shorts are fighting, because there's a lot of short sellers that are saying that this thing is hyped up. It's not a real security. Michael Saylor is a flop. He's not the real thing. Just both sides. There's buyers, there's longs, there's bulls, and then you got short sellers. So everyone has their narrative. Bears are going to say it's chaos, it's doomsday, get rid of all your shares, and because they want to push this price down. That's how they make money. They're shorting it. They want to buy back down in here. They want to buy back, like if short sellers are selling right now at 400, 400, they probably want to cover their position breaking this supporting level and come down to the 300s. Or maybe down here. That's where they make their money go down. But if you're a buyer, you can see how they're fighting here. The buyers Wednesday of the was pretty big week in the volume, and then they gapped it up and they brought it right back down Thursday, and then on anticipation and news, it was a red day. It came back down, but leading into the end of the day, guys, if you watch this thing, the way how all the dips today were bought up, like if we go into lower time frames, I can show you exactly, but we don't have enough time on this call. But I want you guys to do some legwork and start to learn this stuff. All is kind of, when you get clues in the markets, that was a clue today that I knew that either, and I'm sorry I didn't come on earlier, I should have, to tell you guys. I kind of anticipated this news to be released maybe Monday morning pre-market, or at the end of the day. I had no idea it would be late Friday night in the after hours. When the markets are closed, like, do you guys see how things operate? When the market is closed, and they wait for even the aftermarket hours to close, because you can trade up to 8 p.m. Eastern on a Friday if you do have the brokerage account that allows that. So 8 p.m., market closed. No more trading. That's it. Friday night, weekends. We have to wait till markets open up Monday pre-market to see where this thing can go. But now the anticipation, the talk, the short sellers, what are they doing right now? Imagine you shorting a security right now, shorting over here, and you hear this news right now, and you cannot do anything right now. You got to go to sleep tonight. You got to go over the weekend, knowing that this thing can be trading a lot higher before the market even opens, and then when the market opens, this thing could even move further. And if you're a short seller, you got to have some sort of stop loss in the market, because that's the if you're short selling the security, the thing is, if this thing goes up infinite, you're forced to cover wherever it goes. You could get a margin call. You could lose everything that you put into that trade. Like if we're long and we buy, we put a stop loss down here, that's our maximum loss. When you're short selling, the sky's the limit. That's what causes this crazy volatility. That's where you get these pumps happening. You see it more in the mid caps and more penny stocks. You see these unicorns, these things that move up 200, 300, 500, 1,000% in a day. It's because of that short squeeze volume and forcing these short sellers to cover at higher positions, and then with buyers also adding volume, could continue to move up here. So number one, what I want to see is look at today's candle. Like closed down here, kind of they gapped it up. It came red, so filled some nice gap, and then found some good support at 388. You can see here 386. So the weekly support above 385 is holding. You can see the gap up on Tuesday to Wednesday. So even if I look at this gap in the market, it's holding. Like you see what I mean? It's tested this week. It came down here Thursday. It came down there today, making a higher low, holding this ignited bar, gap, big solid demand in here that's been tested a few times. So to me, the supporting structure below on higher time frame looks good. Now let's just walk through what happened today. So the day opened up here. Look at $399.96. It sounds like we're shopping at Walmart. It sounds like we're buying a PlayStation, $400 a PS5, because I just bought my son for Christmas. Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't say here. A PS5 handheld, like a portable one, because he's on that thing on the TV on the main floor 24 hours a day, and I can't even watch my favorite show, Shark Tank. So I had to get him one of these things to get him off and share the TV, because I only watch like 1 hour a day of TV, and he's on it. So anyways, Like, look at that, guys. The opening price, $399.96. It sounds like I work at Walmart here. And it sold off. Had a lot of selling pressure. Look at it. It came all the way down here. Kind of the longs were getting scared down here, because what if they didn't release news, all that anticipation, and there was no news? Shorts could have won. This thing, if there was no news announcement this weekend or pre-market Monday, this thing probably would have dropped down. It probably would have sold off back down into the 350s. That's just my personal opinion, guys. I'm just trying to relay what I feel here. And there was good response. The buyers were here all day today, and they pulled the price right back up to where it opened, and they increased the volume and continue to push it up where it made a daily high around 410, 409, and there was a tiny bit of sell-off, and it closed 408. Okay, so it closed relatively near the high. If I just look at 50% of the volume, and I'm high here, and I can still see 50% of this bullish candle, about 404.49 cents, 405 right over here. It's holding, guys. So, you can see we're holding 50. If it even wants to pull back, still holding above 400, that psychological level, that's big. That's big for psychology in the markets. That's big for depth of market. That's a good situation to have. And then, so now, when the markets, now they've released the news. The news is public. It's out there. I just read you the article. So now, what's going on? Like, there's short sellers who are trying to sell this thing going into the weekend, because we can see how much short interest volume is already on the security. It's not a secret, guys. If you go and you take your trading a little to the next level, you can look at the short interest per day, per week, per month on any security. And you can see which securities are heavily shorted, which ones are not. Like if you follow AMC and GameStop, those ones have heavy short volume. But if those things start moving again, could cause a squeeze and start moving those securities. But over here, and we've had some big selling pressure. So if I look at the bigger picture, you had this big red push down. It kind of bounced back up, but you see where I have this yellow line, like we're getting rejected there. It's getting rejected around 450. Psychological 450 is getting rejected, but that was the all-time high up here at around 540. And then what do I see on the bottom? Okay, so I got a bottom here. So if I just look at, we pulled back, holding. There's kind of the big neckline. We came back down in here, pushed. So we got that higher low, and now we got kind of bullish pin bar going into news. So if this thing kind of pre-market trades, let's say around 420, let's say that, okay, 420. Smoke a joint if you have to. 420 is a great number, guys. Okay, and did anyone see Microstrategy's percentage that it closed today? Come on, who can get it? What was Microstrategy's closing percentage today? And I don't make up numbers, guys. Anyone who wants to look for it, please. Come on. Anybody? Don't make me do the dirty work for you guys. Wow, nobody. Not one person can tell me right now Microstrategy's closing percentage. Okay. Let's look over here. Jake, what is it? James? Look at it. This was the closing price today. This is where it traded. Look at 11 a.m. Okay, you guys were probably trading the markets. Were you guys trading Nasdaq? Were you guys trading S&P? Were you guys trading Dow Jones? Were you guys doing any trading early this morning? Do you guys remember the 11 a.m. pullback? Well, look, it was trading up here. There was news, 11 a.m. It dropped, look at 389, and it got sucked up. Look at that big V-bottom recovery, and started testing all this resistance up here, 403, 404, 405, that resistance. It pulled back into this volume, holding 396, continue to push, and then you can see the late, here's power hour, look at it, 345 going into the close, started coming up, pullback, and right into the end of the day, going into 4 p.m. So there was a lot of buying volume that came into the end of the day. So that kind of anticipated that maybe some news got leaked, that maybe they got into the index, and there was some late rallying going in on news. Okay, so sometimes information gets leaked in the financial markets, and you got to be there. You got to be there watching. You got to be there engaged. You got to be seeing what's going on in the markets. You got to be laser focused, to pick up on these clues, to pick up on these things. But together we're going to work and understand these things. And just ironically, it closed at our favorite number over here, 4.20%. So you better believe that I smoked a big joint when I saw that closing price. It's kind of just giving me, run, enjoy yourself. Have a blunt, enjoy yourself. If you're 3 contracts deep in this, it's time to smoke a joint. And then, okay, so off topic. I don't know what I was talking about here. But that's what I was just saying. Opening price, pre-market rally. So if it closed at 410, $10 increase in share price, certain percentage, maybe some pre-market trading up there. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe it takes a pre-market dump and tests back down. There's some pre-market selling. Who knows? Because there was some volume that bought near the end of the day, and they're in profit. So maybe they want to profit at the opening, pre-market or Wall Street open, and then you see a slight decline. But it might if it pulls back, it might get bought up and then start that injection, because there might be pending buy orders waiting to get in cheap. Maybe long buyers now, they don't want to buy here at 420, 430, 440, 450. Maybe they're pending in the market trying to get in at discount. But they might not get fulfilled, because if this security keeps moving and squeezing shorts, this thing could move and test this resistance back up to 440, 450. Pre-market trading, even before Wall Street even opens up, and then let alone Wall Street's volume come in. So what I'm saying is, this security has great news, came in late this Friday night. We've seen the history of this thing, and it's very volatile. So this thing will welcome some volatility, and maybe the bulls will win this leg up, and we'll see how far this thing can go. But I want to start covering more individual securities like this. Fun times, guys. Also, Bitcoin. I know you guys are watching Bitcoin, and then I'll give you guys two clues, or not clues, but 2 securities to put on your watch list, and also clues if you want on blockchain companies. Some of you guys already know. Check out Mara and Riot. Okay, there's some household names that have been around for a long time. This is Bitcoin right now, trading into this upper volume, all-time high right up there, 103, just below 104. We tested it this week up there Thursday, 102,500. Again, we tested it. So but we're getting good volume starting to close above 100, that psychological area. So if 100 can continue to hold with small dips coming below, grabbing liquidity, 98, 96. But you can see, look at the history of Bitcoin. Every time it's starting to come into the low 90s, it's going back up. Low 90s, mid 90s, going back up. Obviously, this thing can't go up forever. There's going to be pullbacks, but they might be healthy, correct pullbacks getting bought up. My ceiling on Bitcoin, with anticipation of news and maybe a little rally going into the end of the year, 120,000, guys. 120. I could see maybe us tapping into there. So congratulations to long bulls on Bitcoin, if you guys are holding, because I know some of you guys have been trading this thing for a long time, like us here. But Bitcoin is exciting. Those 2 securities that I told you, check out Mara and Riot. Okay, you might hear about these things in the next little bit. Okay, so what is Mara? This thing is like a blockchain company over here, and it might start to see some volume. A mining company, mining Bitcoin. They just purchased some big Bitcoins. But Mara and Riot. Riot is RIOT. So keep an eye on those securities, guys. As always, we look at gold always. Gold has a little bit of selling pressure. So maybe we'll see next week gold moving back testing 2600. Okay, we've got bottom support holding at 2550, but there might be a shift in volume, in liquidity lately, but we see Thursday was a big bearish close followed by Friday, so it could trade in back into this consolidated area here. If it can't hold here, then maybe we trade into, like I said, just below 2600, 2585 test in here again, maybe double bottom in there, see if we move our way up. But if gold starts to lose this structure, guys, could see it pushing down, and then maybe we see some selling, some profit taking on gold and moving into stock market, moving into Bitcoin, maybe crypto in the new year. Who knows? Could be diversifying, could be moving liquidity around. Okay, but guys, so that's it. This was a fun, quick call. It was all about MicroStrategy. This security over here. It's got some. Oh, I wanted to show you. Okay, one second. Don't leave me. The Qs, guys. The Qs. Right over here. So what are they going into? They're going into Nasdaq 100. Okay. So here's what Nasdaq is. $530. Okay. It was up just 0.77% today. It trades in the after hours, but here's some good news for you. So remember, it's NAS 100 securities. So these are like the top holdings, top 10 holdings. So this holds about approximately, these 10 corporations hold 50% of the entire weight of Nasdaq. Who are these household names? Apple. Okay, they got a little bit increase. We saw the modification. This isn't updated, but less than 9%. Nvidia. Hopefully you guys are hearing this name as of late. You know, Nvidia, 8%. Microsoft, you guys know this corporate. Amazon, you guys buy things on Amazon. Meta, Facebook. AVGO is Broadcom Incorporated. Tesla's on a rocket ship as of late right now. Probably can't see that thing pulling back as of late, but Tesla is in the news. Costco just had earnings after markets this week. So did you guys follow Costco, see what they're doing? I'm going to Costco tomorrow. I'm going to buy that dollar. I'm going to probably buy $1,000 in groceries, but I'll be excited with my $1.50 hot dog at Costco tomorrow. Maybe that's how they make all their revenue, is selling those $1.50 hot dogs at Costco, but I will be there. I'll be contributing to their revenues. Google and Netflix. Okay, these are all household names everyone's heard of. What sector weightings? So everyone thinks that Nasdaq is 100% tech. It unfortunately is not. It's about 51% tech. It's 16% in communication services, 14% in consumer cyclical. You got about, and then 5% in consumer defense, healthcare. You guys know that healthcare is in the news. United Health. The CEO got murdered. Their security dropped significantly after that. So these things affect securities, guys. You know, if you're a trader or investor, it does affect you. And then you can see that they have some minor exposure in industrials, basic materials, utilities, energy, financial services, and real estate. But 50% or above in Qs is technology. MicroStrategy is a tech company, but also backed by Bitcoin, you know, like has great exposure to Bitcoin. And then the top 10 holdings of all of these are these securities here. So, you know, when we said MicroStrategy will be here, they're going to have 0.5% exposure. So that forces pension funds, it forces ETFs, it forces big players to continuously buy into this fund. And it yields pretty good returns. So we're going to get good volume coming into these securities. You can see the performance year to return. If you invested some money in the Qs, you're up about 30%. That's not bad. 3 times your money in a nice security that you don't have to do anything in. There's managers that will manage this for you. They remove underperforming securities. They include good performing securities, what we're seeing. So you're getting a one-year return in this index of 30%. Is pretty good, you know. The 3-year return is yielding 10.5. That's not bad, guys. So that's a smart way to put your money away, if you like. Okay, guys. So hopefully, let's just recap what we did today. We talked about MicroStrategy, and the other securities, Palantir, getting added into Nasdaq. This is just the news that's released. They're not officially added until Monday, December 23. Might see some pre-market moves in those securities. We'll see how Wall Street trades this week. We also have FOMC December 18. Okay, is US going to cut interest rates? Are they going to pause? Are they going to increase? Canada has seen substantial price interest rate decreases. We had another 50 points taken away last week. So it's continuously going down. Will the US follow? We'll see. This is last FOMC of the year going into the new year. We also talked about over here the new exposure on what they're gonna the exposure right over here. So it's continuously going down. Will the US follow? We'll see. This is last right over here. I'm trying to get this one right here. So here's the addition of MicroStrategy, that 0.5% I said. So 2.1 billion will be coming in. Pretty good exposure, and we'll see that December 23. Okay. And this is some artwork from my daughter right over here. So Bitcoin going to the moon. So this was created by my daughter, and she's creating more of these fun little things. So I love these things. She can create more of these things. She's got a MicroStrategy one coming for you guys next week. We'll see how creative she is with that one. And we looked at the charts, and we'll see how everything moves. So everyone, I wish everyone a happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your time with your family and friends. We will be back next week going into the end of the year. So I hope you guys just enjoyed this bonus session. I want to do more of these things. So make sure on YouTube, guys, if you guys are here, you guys hit that notification bell, because we're going to do more and more of these in the future. We'll talk about all types of securities, crypto securities, stock securities, options, how to trade these things, because I know there's a lot of questions on how to trade these things. We will definitely be here to educate you guys. We just did a webinar this week on what is the US dollar and the DXY. So a lot of you guys learned something new, that the DXY, 60% of it is the euro. A lot of that was new news to a lot of you guys. Some of you guys didn't know that, but when you're seeing what it's comprised of, 60% is the euro. What the US dollar kind of trades against. So it's fascinating stuff, guys. Keep learning, and just please, guys, review your journals if you guys can. Constantly improve on your mistakes in the markets. Learn what you're doing good. Figure out what your edge is in the market, and continue perfecting your skills. Whatever you trade, whatever security it is, whatever session you trade, whatever time frame you trade, you can always perfect your craft and work on learning new things. So you don't always have to just be a scalper. You can branch out and learn swing trading. You can learn out how to invest. And if you're a straight investor, you're a straight swing trader, you can also learn how to intraday trade. So let me just give you my backstory with what I did with MicroStrategy real quick. I started this security with $20,000, okay, and I started to see how volatile it is, and I like volatility as a scalper. So I set $20,000 aside to scalp this thing, and just this security alone with that $20,000, and look to make 1 to 2 to 3% per day, every other day, looking for good positions to trade this thing, and continue to compound that account. So that 20,000 has got up to, by scalping it intraday and some like weekend swings and things like that, it's up to 125, 130,000 now. So I've 10x that account, and I'm going to continue doing that with that account till hopefully one day that account is at $1 million, just with this security alone, starting with $20,000. And you guys can follow my history. I'll show you guys the tickets and everything on all of that. But this thing is fun. I might go long for a little bit because I'm kind of in with 3 contracts at a lower level here, banking on this news to hit the market. So I would appreciate if it could get up to 550, 600 in the next few months, because I got some covered call options that are out of the money that I would like to get filled, and gladly fill those for anyone that wants to buy up there. I'll gladly shake your hand up there, and we'll have a big party together. But fun things in the markets. Enjoy, guys. Times are exciting. Just enjoy the time with your family and friends. And we'll see you guys next week. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate all of you guys on Zoom. Thank you guys for joining me on a Friday night. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's session. It's fun. I appreciate you guys on it. Everyone on YouTube, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate all you guys. Everyone, have a blessed weekend. Enjoy UFC. Enjoy football, guys. NFL, big game. Buffalo Bills, Detroit Lions. Hopefully that's a Super Bowl preview because I don't want to see Philadelphia Eagles and Kansas City Chiefs. I would love to see Detroit play Buffalo in the Super Bowl because I know my Dallas Cowboys won't be there. So I got to cheer for my two local teams that are close to me. So go Buffalo. Go Buffalo. But enjoy the weekend, guys. Love you guys. Have a good night.
Recording stopped.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.